everybody. Dr. Hafer here at Well Connected Chiropractic. Today I want to go over what to expect as a new patient in our office. So we do the Blair upper cervical technique, and what that is me discovering what your anatomy looks like through taking some three-dimensional X-rays and really understanding every single joint from the skull all the way down to your shoulders on the right side and the left side. And what's so remarkable about this technique is it's really dialing in and getting to the root of the issue better than anything that I've ever been exposed to, because we take into account the unique anatomy of each and every single person. So the results that we get are incredible because we're not guessing, we're not assuming, we're literally dialing in the correction based on your specific anatomy down to a half a degree. And it's just been proven to be so effective. I know personally I have benefited. My life was changed 12 years ago with an upper cervical correction, and I have dedicated the rest of my life to studying this work and improving this work so that I can deliver top-notch care to people forever, as long as I'm alive. One of the things that you'll experience here that's different than most chiropractic offices is that we do a really in-depth consultation, and we want to understand where you are right now, where you've been, and what that looks like going forward. And we do that by doing a really detailed narrative exam. It's holistic in the fact that we ask about everything, and we do a detailed trauma history. So I want to know what happened from birth to the moment that you walked in my door, from a physical standpoint, a chemical standpoint, an emotional standpoint, because 3 things causes your neck to go out of alignment. We call that a subluxation. And that is thoughts, traumas, and toxins. And so all of those things, your entire life, everything you've been through, our nervous system has had to filter that. And I want to know what you've been through so I understand how you're going to go heal. We do a really awesome neuro exam, and that is informed by all the training that I've had in my DCCJP program. We take the exam, the basic neuro exam, and then we expand upon it with different orthopedic exams based on what your consultation revealed. So everything sort of builds on itself. I don't just take a story and then go do an exam. I really get into the details and understand where you've been and why, and then we do an exam based on what you're dealing with, and that exam informs us on what X-rays we need to take and how we need to perform the correction. We do 3D X-rays, as I mentioned, and that takes about 15 minutes. We take between 9 and 11 X-rays of just the neck because I want to study every single joint in your neck from your skull down to your shoulders. And sometimes we take low back films and thoracic films, which is the middle of your spine. We often don't start with that, but we will if we need to. So we have the ability to take all the X-rays that we need here in our office, and then we deliver the Blair correction the same day. That's something that definitely differentiates us from other practices in the community. I take the time to study all of it, put it together, and deliver a Blair correction in the same day. And often you're here for about 3 hours, and that includes the rest because you come here because you want to get something done, and I want to help you get on the road to healing as fast as possible. There's an occasion where I have to send the X-rays off to another person to get a rad read from one of my radiologists. If I feel like there's a concern or I need to do another test, I will always do that, and I would never jeopardize your health just for the sake of doing a correction the first day, but typically I like to do the adjustments the first day. And the reason why we rest after an adjustment, we want the body to hold on to the correction. There's some studies that show that the atlas, the first bone in the top of your neck, actually moves. It's called oscillation for up to 2 hours after the adjustment has given. So if I rest you in the office for 45 minutes, it gives the body a fighting chance on how to hold the correction and get the results that you want. We don't want you going out of alignment. We want to do one Blair correction and then do supportive work to help it hold so that you can heal. Holding equals healing. And finally, the follow-ups are so important because that is what determines if you're in alignment and if you're actually moving through the healing process. And those are very, very important, and they happen a lot less often than traditional chiropractic. I don't want to have you in my office 3 times a week for the rest of your life. I want you to come in when your body needs to have a check, and based on physiology, based on understanding neuroscience, based on understanding your trauma history and your presentation with the way I see things on your X-rays and based on your exam, it helps me to determine a care plan specific to you. Of course there's averages, and I can speak in averages generally speaking, but when it comes to care, we do exactly what your body needs when it needs it. And people that follow the care plan get outstanding results. So thank you for taking the time to watch and listen and understand what we do here at Well Connected, what sets us apart, and we can't wait to be your chiropractor.